Why don't more young people vote?
I don't know, I was just busy thinking about other stuff.
It's never crossed my mind to vote or get registered to vote.
I've never really thought about it.
If the government was
Trafford College, Manchester, and a visit from Bite the Ballot.
I was one of them people. I managed to go 7 years through school without ever being engaged in politics. When I go into these schools, I just see more of groups that just remind me of me and my friends. You done, lads?
Michael Sarney believes his 45-minute game session is more effective than any lecture from a politician.
The $9 billion spent on the Olympics was value for money. Yes, no, unsure. Let's go, move it up. Up on your feet.
I just think they could have spent the money on something else better.
It got them to go out and do loads of sport, you know what I mean?
It's quite unconventional, but the fact is it gets these guys talking about issues they care about and then relating it back to politics. If the government turned around and said, right, we're going to have a referendum on the death penalty.
I think it depends on the crimes. Like, if it's rape or murder, then definitely.
The person might be innocent and then you've killed them.
Bite the Ballot has its work cut out. In the last general election, less than half of 18 to 24-year-olds voted. For those aged 65 and over, the turnout was 76%. And although you can register to vote from 16, just over a half of young people bother, compared to 94% of older people.
Everybody with a sticker represents the amount of you, aged 18 to 24, that are registered to vote and turned out to vote in the last election. The minority are deciding on your behalf. And for you guys, the majority of you said, no, we don't want the death penalty. But you're not registered, and you didn't turn out to vote, so you're getting the decision that other people have made for you. Now, on the sheet, it's got 9 different...
Now it's time to divvy up the government's annual spending budget.
That's a priority, education and health.
One of the challenges for organisers of this campaign is the fact that cynicism towards politics doesn't just come from teenagers. Sometimes it comes from very famous, very successful people.
It's not that I'm not voting out of apathy, I'm not voting out of absolute indifference and weariness and exhaustion from the lies, treachery, deceit of the political class.
I agree with a lot of the things that Russell says, you know, when he talks about a democracy that doesn't work. Well, this one doesn't, because, you know, you've got huge amounts of people that don't vote, and I think more people joining in the conversation, whether you agree with him or not, it's good that we're finally having the conversation.
I think it's making us more aware of where the country's money goes and how much is spent on what.
It kind of made me realise that it is important to vote.
All right, so before we played the games, how many people were registered to vote? So now we've played the games, how many people are interested and want to register to vote? Welcome to democracy, people.